USA basketball tops Canada 86-72 in exhibition opener on the road to Paris Olympics. Las Vegas, AP. For USA basketball, the road to the Paris Olympics has started with a win. Anthony Davis scored 13 points, Stephen Curry added 12, and the United States opened its tune-up schedule for the Paris Games by topping Canada 86-72 on Wednesday night. Jrue Holiday scored 11 points and Anthony Davis finished with 10 for the US, which has 4 more exhibitions before getting to France. RJ Barrett scored 12 points for Canada, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dillon Brooks each had 10. President Barack Obama was at the game, as were many NBA coaches and dozens of USA basketball dignitaries in town for the Federation's 50th anniversary celebration. Among them, Jerry Colangelo, Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Don Staley, Lisa Leslie, Teresa Edwards, Swin Cash, Lindsay Whalen, and many more. And the total attendance was 20,757, a record for any game at T-Mobile Arena, USA Basketball said. Cold start. The US was down 11-1 midway through the first quarter, having missed its first 6 shot attempts. The rest of the half, US 40, Canada 22, and the Americans shot 18 for 28, 64.3% in that span. The lead was 41-33 at the break, and the Americans stretched it to 69-54 going into the fourth. It was easy to see where the Americans, who had been together for less than a week, still are figuring things out. There were at least 4 occasions where simple passes ended up in the first row of seats because someone thought a zig was coming instead of a zag. Second unit. The second unit for the US, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Haliburton, and Jayson Tatum, was particularly impressive. Each of those 5 players had a plus-minus of +10 or better, meaning the US outscored Canada by at least 10 points with them on the floor. And that's as it should be. Only the Americans can try out a lineup of bench players at the Olympics, all of them being all-stars. That fivesome has 21 combined all-star nods, 2 NBA champions in Davis and Tatum, and 2 perennial all-defense players in Davis and Adebayo. It's clearly not a typical second unit. Oh, and remember, the US didn't have Kevin Durant cast-strain, and Derek White, not yet with the team available Wednesday. For starters, the first starting lineup of the summer rolled out by US coach Steve Kerr. Stephen Curry, Jrue Holiday, Devin Booker, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. It certainly could change going forward, but if last year is any indication, it's a clear view into Kerr's thinking right now. Kerr has cautioned in the past about not reading too much into lineups, especially from the first scrimmage. That said, the first 5 he had in the first exhibition game last summer going into the World Cup. Michael Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Ingram, and Anthony Edwards were the starters in the tournament opener against New Zealand. Next up, the US plays Australia in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates on Monday.